Hello students. So in my last class I explained two algorithms. One was search algorithm of the linked list and the second one was insertion algorithm of the linked list. Now in this video I will explain one more algorithm, that is the deletion algorithm of linked list. That is, delete a node from a linked list. Like insertion algorithm, there are three cases in deletion algorithm. In the case 1, we can delete first node. Case 2, we can delete last node, and the case 3, we can delete a node from a specified position. Now we see the first one, that is the case 1, delete first node. So in this case, suppose list is in memory, start is the starting address of the list, avail is the available list which is in the memory, ptr is the pointer variable through which we can trace the linked list. So as I have already told that in case of deletion we have to check whether the list is empty or not. So how we can check? We can check it with the starting address of the node. If start is null, then there is an underflow, that means the list does not contain any node and we exit from the program. Okay, step 2, that is if start is not equal to null, then what you have to set? You have to set ptr equal to start and start equal to link of start, and then set link of ptr equal to avail and avail equal to ptr, then exit. Now how does this algorithm work? Suppose this is the list which is in memory, this is the used list, and in this list there are 3 nodes. Suppose these are the informations, these are the addresses of the node, this is the end of the list, and this indicates the starting address of the node, and this is the 100. And as I have already told in my last class, along with the used list in the memory, the system maintains one more list, and that is the avail list. Suppose this is the avail list, available list in the memory, and avail indicates that the starting address of the available node. Suppose these are the addresses of the available nodes. So avail contains 400. So now in this algorithm, or with the help of this algorithm, we can delete the first node, and the first node is 100, the position is 100, so we can delete this node. Now you check, set ptr equal to start. So we have to set the ptr with the starting address, and this is the ptr equal to start, and the value of start is what? The value of start is here 100, so ptr resides here. Then link of start equal to link of start, so we break the link here, now the start will point the link of start. Now here you see that the value of start is 100 and the link of 100 is what? 200. Now it points this block, and the value of start will now change and it become 200, isn't it? So here it will break and here it will break. So we'll bring back to this node to the available list. Here you see how we can do this. Set link of ptr. Now here you see that the link of ptr, this one is the link of ptr. Set link of ptr is avail Now it will points here, set link of ptr equal to avail. Now it point this one, the avail equal to ptr. So avail, this value will change, avail equal to ptr, and the value of ptr is 100, so this value is 100. Now this will point this address. So this is how this algorithm works. Now we move to the second algorithm, and that is the, we can delete last node from the linked list. So suppose list is in memory and start is the starting address of the node, avail is the address of the available list, starting address of the available list, and instead of one pointer in the delete first node algorithm, here we have to maintain two pointers variables, ptr1 and ptr2. Now we can check, suppose this is the list, linked list, which is in the memory, and this is the start, and these are the information, these are the addresses, and suppose this is the available list, this is available list. Now here in this algorithm, or with the help of this algorithm, we will delete this node from the used list, and we have to bring back this node to the available list. So how we can do this? Here you see. Now as I already told that we have to check first whether start is null or not. So if start is null, then simply it will print underflow and come out from the program. The second case, if link of start equal to null, so this indicates if the linked list contains only one node. Here you see, if the linked list contains, suppose this is a start, this is the starting address of the node, and the linked list contains only one node. Okay, so link of start, here you see that value of start is 100 and the link of 100 is null. So if link of start equal to null, so these three steps will execute. And if link of start is not equal to null, that means the list contains more than one node. So if it contains only one node in the list, then what it will do? It will do set ptr1 equal to start. So this is the value of ptr1, and start equal to null. Now you use the value of the initial value of start is what? The initial value of start was 100. Now it will change and it will become null. Start equal to null, and set link of ptr1, this one. The link of ptr1 will now connects with the avail. So it will connect with the, here you see, it will connect with the this avail, because we have to bring back this node to the avail list. And always when we bring back a node from the used list, that is the deleted node, and always put it into the first position of the avail list. So set link of ptr1 equal to avail, so this will connect with that avail, and now the avail will change, avail equal to ptr1. So this avail will change and it will replace with the value 100. So these three steps will execute if the list contains only one node. Okay, and if it contains more than one node, then this will work. And here I have designed one used list and avail list, and this list contains three nodes. Okay, now here see that set ptr1 equal to start. So this is the value of ptr1. ptr1 equal to 100, and 100 is the value of starting address, start, and ptr2 equal to link of start. So link of start is what? Link of 100, and link of 100 is what? 200. So this ptr2 resides here. So the value of ptr1 is 100 and value of ptr2 is 200. Now step 4, repeat step 5 while ptr2 not equal to null. So these two steps will execute while ptr2 not equal to null. So here the value of ptr2 is what? 200, which is not equal to null. Yes, ptr2 not equal to null. So this step will execute. ptr1 equal to link of ptr. Now ptr1 will come here. So that ptr1 will come here, and ptr2 equal to link of ptr. ptr2 will come here. Okay. Now again we'll check whether ptr2 wait, whether ptr2 sorry, here I have to write link of ptr, link of ptr1, link of ptr1 not equal to null. Now here you see that ptr1 will come here and ptr2 will also come here. So here the link of ptr2 link of ptr2 is what? It is a null. So in that case we'll stop the execution. Now there you see, set link of ptr1 equal to null. So link of ptr1 is this one, because the ptr1 resides here. So link of ptr1 is null. We have to bring this link. So this will be the null, and link of ptr2, this is the link of ptr2, now connects with the avail. This is the avail. Value of avail is what? 400, and avail, now the avail will change. Avail will be replaced with the value of ptr2. So this avail will connect with the value of ptr2. So this avail will change. Now 300 will be the address of the avail. So this is how this algorithm works. Now we move to our third algorithm. The third case, delete a node from given location. So here in this algorithm we will ask user to enter the location of the node from which, enter the position actually, from which the user wants to delete a node. So if start equal to null, that means underflow and exit. And like our previous algorithm, that is the delete a node, delete last node, these steps will also execute. If link of start equal to null, and that means the list contains only one node, so these steps will execute. Suppose the list contains only one node. Suppose this is the address of the node, and the list contains only one node. In that case the system, okay, no need to write these steps actually, because we will ask user to enter the location. Okay, list is in memory, start is the starting address of the node, avail is the address of the first node which is in the available list, ptr1 and ptr2 through which we trace the list, and location is the location of the node which you want to delete. So actually this is the step 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here you see this, how does algorithm work. Suppose this is the used list in the memory, this is start. Suppose there are three nodes in the memory. This is the addresses of the node. The value of start is 100. This is the available list. Okay, so set ptr1 equal to start. This is the value of ptr1, and ptr2 equal to link of start. This is a ptr2. Okay, so repeat step. Okay, the value of location, for example, the location is 200. We want to delete this node from the list, and the value of location is 200. Okay, so we'll check the repeat step 5 while ptr2 not equal to null. So here the, because in the first step, once we assign the value of ptr1 and ptr2, we are getting the position, isn't it? ptr2 equal to 200. So in that case, these two steps will not execute. If we consider more than 3 nodes or 5 nodes, if the location is 300, then in that case these two steps will execute. So now in that case, these two steps will not execute. So what will be said in the next step? Set link of ptr1 equal to link of ptr2. So you have to break this link. You have to break this link because this node we have to delete. So link of ptr1 connect with the link of ptr2. So here 300, this link will contains 300, isn't it? Now the link of ptr now connects with the avail. Link of ptr now connects with the avail, and avail equal to ptr2. So the value of ptr avail will change, and now the new value of avail is what? The new value of avail is 200. So this is how the three cases of deletion algorithm work. With this, I conclude this video.